Hello everyone, this is All22 and a few film review, and today I just wanted to give you guys a quick video before my cornerbacks video comes out in the next couple of days. This video is going to be highlighting my favorite moves so far of the 2025 free agency period. This isn't going to be going over extensions or resignings, and you're not going to see a lot of the bigger name players in here. You're going to see some names you know, but I wanted to save the big name ones for a full in-depth analysis video where I go over the, contract details, the years, the void years, where teams can get potential outs, potential trades, kind of all that stuff. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments and I'll be sure to get that out for you guys. But today I just wanted to give you guys my favorite moves so far, whether that be to cheap contracts, I like the player and I think it's a good fit, or I think they just kind of got a bargain compared to other signings. The first one I'm going to be going over is Najee Harris going to the Chargers for 1 year, a base of 5 million going up to 9 million. I think this is a really good move for them, not only because it's a cheap 1 year deal. So if he's good and plays well for you, you can easily franchise tag him. You could extend him maybe a year or two. If he gets injured and doesn't give you a lot of meaningful snaps, then it's not going a lot on the books. You can get out of it easily. But Najee Harris is still a very capable back. Although he is not a top tier back, he's a very, very solid, smart gap running back. And the Chargers, their OC being Greg Roman, run a very, very good gap system. Greg Roman is a very, very good gap running coordinator, even though he's not good in the pass game, excellent in the run game. And the reason I like this contract is I think that he has a very high likelihood of playing above the 5 to 9 million. The next one I'm going to be talking about is Javon Holland going to the Giants for 3 years, 45 mil. I think it was about 30 guaranteed. The reason I like this so much is Javon Holland is a really good safety in my opinion. Very versatile safety, very rangy safety. And other safeties, Cam Bynum and Talanoa Hufanga, who I also like a lot, but I think are a little less versatile, give you a little less of a ceiling, got similar deals, similar money. And he actually got less money than Trevon Moehrig over at the Panthers. So I think this is just a really, really good bargain deal for a really, really good player in the Giants. I think this was a steal as far as years and money go compared to the other signings in the league, even though I don't hate those other signings. My next acquisition is going to be Geno Smith to the Raiders. The reason I love this for the Raiders is they're not really in a great position to draft a new quarterback, especially considering that they're probably going to get Jackson Dart or Shador falling to them, and you really don't want to take that with, how high of a draft pick they have. Getting a developmental quarterback in a worse spot that they're in right now isn't really going to set them up for success in the future. And getting Geno Smith, who gives them good bridge quarterback play and a lot better quarterback play than they've had the last couple of years, gives their fans excitement, the franchise excitement, while also extending that middling period for them to build their roster and prepare for a better quarterback in the future. Evan Ingram to the Broncos is one I like a lot. Bo Nix is a young quarterback needing more weapons. And even though Evan Ingram is a older piece, this isn't a lot of money, isn't a long-term contract, and gives him a very solid vertical receiving threat from the tight end spot. And he's not the number one, which they don't need. But he's a very reliable piece, a reliable receiving threat at least, that Sean Payton can scheme up very well, considering his past with Jimmy Graham. Next, I'm going to talk about James Daniels going to the Dolphins. He signed a 3 year, $24 million deal. And the reason I like this a lot is James Daniels is a very, very capable guard. 27, so 3 years you're not really worried about on an interior lineman. And considering the money he got, 3 years, 24 mil, when Will Fries got 5 years, 88 mil, I think that is a much cheaper option for not much difference in play. I think that is a very good deal for them. The next one I want to talk about is Andre Cisco going to the Jets for 1 year, 10 mil. Considering that Jimmy Chin got 2 years, 16 mil, over with the Raiders, and other safeties got as much as they paid for the years they got paid. I think this is a very, very good deal. Kind of like the Najee Harris deal in a little bit. Very low money, very low term amount. He's a very young player at 24 right now, and he's got a decent ceiling. He's had some pretty good play, so you really feel like he could play above this contract. And if he does, you have a great ability to extend him. CJ Gardner-Johnson to the Texans is a great move for them, in my opinion. They swapped some late day 3 picks next year, which really isn't a big deal, but they get Kenyon Green off their team. And I know some Texans fans who absolutely love the fact that he is off their team. No slight to him, but he has not given them the best play over the last few years. And trading him for a safety that is also not a top tier safety, but gives you very, very solid safety play, especially out of D'Amico Ryans. I expect him to get CJ Gardner Johnson to do some good work out of the slot, out of the safety. I expect this to be a pretty good trade for them. Next up, again, for the Texans, trading a 7th next year for Christian Kirk. You know, he's got a pretty big contract on him. I really don't know how he fits in with this group, but I really like this trade for them. He's definitely worth a 7th in my opinion. He's definitely still playing decently solid. And he's coming to near the end of his deal. So if this really doesn't work out for you, you know, you can get rid of him pretty soon. And you really need depth at that receiver position. They had a lot of injuries last year, and you saw how it's stacked up. Stephon Diggs is walking. They need some more receiver depth. I think this is pretty good depth. Next, I want to talk about Kenny Pickett going over to the Browns. You know, you're trading for Kenny Pickett for a late pick and Dorian Thompson-Robinson, who you don't really like. You know, you've played him a couple times. He hasn't really done much for you. Trade him away for someone who you haven't seen in your offense yet, who has played at a decent level when starting. You know, nothing great, but it's better than Deshaun, and it's a better face than Deshaun. So the fact that this is a quarterback that's not Deshaun already makes it a win. The last one I want to talk about is the Bears' whole O-line overall in general. You know, them getting rid of their entire interior and getting Jonah Jackson, Joe Tooney, Drew Dahlman. Even though none of those names are super exciting outside of Joe Tooney, I think it's a step in the right direction. You got some late, you know, day 3 trades to get some decent linemen in that are going to give you better lineman play than you had last year, and you give Drew Dahlman a contract that's not too serious. I think it's a very good step in the right direction. That is the video. Like I said, I just wanted to give you guys a quick free agency video, my thoughts before my cornerbacks video comes out in the next few days. So be on the lookout for that. Really excited to get that one out. I was over at a wedding this last weekend, so it was pretty busy, but apologies. I do not know why my recording gave out right there, but I just wanted to end off with very, very appreciative of you guys. Thank you so much. Like I said in the last one, I was only expecting a few people, and I would have been really happy with that. But in 5 days, you guys have given me over 100 views, so I really, really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I am eternally grateful. I really hope you guys are enjoying the stuff, and please look forward to my cornerback video coming out soon. Thank you.